Alrighty, well, I'm gonna do something a little different for this gaming pickups. Like, I got a different perspective here. So let's get started. I might as well start off with some hardware. No consoles, just some hardware. This is a PS1 memory card in nice condition. I mainly needed this because PS1 games don't save on a PS2 memory card. So yeah, I did need this, and with this I can finally attempt to beat Rayman and Q*bert, the best PS1 games that I own. And if I ever get some more PS1 games, like I eventually plan on getting games like the Crash Bandicoot trilogy and Final Fantasy VII, but it's awesome to finally have this memory card. Next up, I got a red Nintendo 64 controller in pretty good shape. The buttons feel nice. It didn't come with that memory card. I've had that before. The joystick, oh hold on, cord's in the way. The joystick feels nice. The buttons work well. Just a nice addition. And hopefully the next controller I'll get will either be the ice blue or the grape purple, because something I love about the N64 is that the controllers, there's so many different colors. Like, if you look up FinGamer's video on his collection of N64 controllers, you'll see that there are a lot of variants. And the thing is, obviously the Nintendo 64 only has 4 controller ports, so I kind of have to limit myself to 4. This one's pretty cool. This is the Sega Saturn Virtua Stick in the box, which is very nice. It was actually brand new for $20, but since with shipping and everything, it was actually a lot more than $20. The box is in nice shape except for this little dent here. But it's awesome to have this controller. It's a nice controller. The buttons feel nice. It's well built. The turbo functions right here are a nice little feature. Just a cool addition, especially for fighting games. Even though the only fighting game I actually have for the Saturn is Fighting Vipers, but I'll get some more eventually. But this is still an awesome addition to my collection. And since we're on the topic of Saturn, I got Virtual Open Tennis for the Sega Saturn. I admittedly wanted this because the case it originally came with in the auction wasn't broken, but I switched it with a broken case. Like my game, Bug 2, the case was originally broken, but I just swapped it with this one because, yeah. The game itself, it's okay, I guess. I've played better tennis games. This one feels, kind of clunky, and it's not that great of a tennis game, but it's not bad, And it's nice because if I ever get the multi-tap for the Saturn, I have a game to use. Even though that there are, better games on the Saturn that use the multi-tap. However, I'll probably get a PS2 multi-tap before I get, a Saturn multi-tap. Okay, next game. Deja Vu for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Which I actually have the cartridge right here. But, I got it in the box, which is nice. Deja Vu is basically another one of those point-and-click adventure games similar to like Shadowgate and Uninvited, and it's good. I did 100% this game just like Shadowgate because it's easy to. The game, in my opinion, isn't as fun or as well designed as Shadowgate. Like, there's not as many variety in the places that you go to. And, yeah, well, there aren't as many puzzles in this are there in Shadowgate. It's just still, not as fun. The music's, it's alright, but compared to Shadowgate soundtrack, which was incredible, this is just kind of, lackluster. But I don't regret this game, but I do not regret getting this game by any means, because, it's still a damn fine game. Just you know, not as good as Shadowgate. And also, yeah, but, you know, I do like some of the writing, or most of the writing on here. It's, you know, kind of funny, actually. This one's rather interesting. Never thought I'd be showing a Super NES game, but that is Donkey Kong Country. Whoa, focus. The main reason why I have this is because one of my brother's friends gave this to me, and he was like, hey, you want this? And I'm like, okay. But as you guys know, I don't have a Super Nintendo, unfortunately. It's definitely a console I'm gonna get soon. But, you know, hey, it's still awesome to have this. And Donkey Kong Country is incredible. One of my favorite games of all time. I've played it on the GBA, and I've played the original Super NES version a few times. It's just, you know, yeah, still an awesome addition. SOCOM 3 US Navy SEALs for the PlayStation 2. Now, originally I had this in my collection, but then I traded it away, but then I got it back. Because I think I traded this for SSX3 also on the PS2, but SSX3 on PS2, my copy, it didn't work at all, so I got this back, even though I really don't care for, you know, these kind of games. You know, I mean, there are some first-person shooters I'll give a chance, but I don't really care for modern ones. But, you know, like, I'm a gamer who appreciates, you know, who really loves both retro and modern games, but, you know, something about first-person shooters is just kind of both in classic and modern, but I'd rather play a classic first-person shooter. I will say I have played this one the most out of the 3 SOCOM games on the PS2, but, you know, yeah, just not something that I'm terribly interested in. Xbox 360 game, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Which, according to my brother, this has not been getting very good reviews, but, you know, he seems to enjoy it. I played this a little bit. Not too much, because, you know, if I was to play a Castlevania game, I'd rather play a classic one. But, you know, I do enjoy the likes of, you know, Castlevania Lament of Innocence on the PS2, so, yeah, but, you know, I don't know, maybe one day I'll actually, you know, play this game a lot more, but, you know, hey, I just don't have much of an opinion on it. Maybe I'll talk about it if I ever make a Games Revisited 2. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is interesting. This is Hatsune Miku Project Diva F for the PlayStation 3. This was a gift to my brother. No, one of my brother's friends gave this to my brother. But, you know, yeah, I still count it as part of the collection. Because, you know, yeah. This is basically, you know, a rhythm kind of game. Similar to, like, Guitar Hero or Donkey Konga, except this doesn't use any special peripheral. You just gotta, you know, use the buttons on the PS3 controller. And, you know, while, yes, the, like, the menus and the song names are in English, Miku speaks in Japanese, because, according to my brother, they demoed this game at a convention, and apparently a lot of people really liked it, so, you know, they brought it over here to North America. Or Canada, more specifically, because that's where I am in. And, you know, I've had my fun with it, actually. It's hard as hell. It kicks my ass, and it took me some time to figure out, you know, what you're supposed to do when the star appears on the screen. But, hey, I welcome any PS3 game, because, you know, my PS3 collection is really, it's not the biggest. I'll just say that. And lastly, New Super Luigi U for the Wii U. A damn good game, a great game even. I just don't think the levels are as fun as New Super Mario Bros. U, especially with, you know, Nabbit being a game breaker, how he can run through enemies without taking damage. It just, you know, it's like the white Tanuki in Super Mario 3D World, which I don't think I mentioned in my review, except here, you know, if you want to do 4 players in this, somebody's got to be Nabbit, which is unfortunate. And, you know, I do like that the levels are, you know, short. It sets it apart. That's what sets it apart from the other new Super Mario Brothers games is, you know, just how short the levels are. And I think they probably did that because, you know, running out of ideas for long levels, but I don't blame them. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna try to 100% this game, but I'm not as motivated to do so compared to, new Super Mario Brothers U. I don't think I really can because currently my Wii U gamepad was shipped to Nintendo for repairs because one day it just stopped turning on, which was fucking annoying as all hell. But you know, hey, I'll get it back eventually, soon. But you know, yeah. But I do really like how this game is $30. That's what really motivated me to get this for my next Wii U game. Even though I really freaking want Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Game & Wario, and to some extent Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon because I don't know. Yeah, yes, that's what it's called. Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon because I don't know. And the reason why is because I really enjoyed Hey Ice King, Why Did You Steal Our Garbage on the 3DS, so I'm curious how that one will try it. But I digress. New Super Luigi U, a great game, just not as good as New Super Mario Bros. U or Super Mario 3D World. Well, that's that. Bye.